Okay folks, welcome back to Wooden Toolman's channel. So I've been working on a real big kitchen here, and you know, if you've seen the way that I build my cabinets, they're literally full of pocket holes, and you can see, you know, just there's the back to a base cabinet there, you know, pocket holes all around it, and then I'm holding my bases on. You know, my upper cabinets are built the same way, and you know, this is a big kitchen. There's a lot of cabinets here, as you can see, and you know, I've often wondered how many pocket holes are in a kitchen, and you know, really had no way to keep track other than you know, I guess I could have counted as I was drilling or putting them together, but I found a nifty little rig that I'm going to show you here, and we're going to see if we can't get it on my pocket hole machine. So when I was looking around, I came across this little counter here, and for $7 you know, the first thing came to mind is wouldn't this be neat if I could gear this up on my pocket hole machine, and then I'd be able to tell exactly how many pocket holes I've drilled, because you know, I've said over the years that I drill literally thousands and thousands and thousands of pocket holes with that thing, because I do kitchen after kitchen. Now I'm going to try to gear this thing up on the pocket hole machine. So now we'll take it over to the pocket hole machine and just see if we can't find a spot where we can get this working so that it'll count how many pocket holes it's being drilled. So we'll head over to the pocket hole machine now and see if we can't find a spot to put it on. So now I've taken the time here and kind of figured out just where I'd like to mount this on my pocket hole machine, and you know, really the only spot that I can mount it is or the spot that I'd like to mount it ultimately is somewhere where I'm going to be able to see it, make sure that this mechanism is still working right. And you know, what better place than right in front and center? When I'm standing here drilling, I'm going to be able to look down and see this thing moving. So I've taken the time here and just put a couple of screws in here, just sticking this in place. And now you can see that you know, I got my there's a little spring that's attached to this, that I guess that's to give it a little bit of give, so that when it, you know, is pulled a little bit. So here's the way I'm going to try to take advantage of this. You can see when I push down on my foot paddle, it's going to move this stick, you know, right that much right there. So what I want to take advantage of is this last little bit of movement. Like, I want it to be kind of free floating there. It'll drill the hole. Then when it comes back and goes to there, then when it goes that far, it's going to click and mark that it drilled a pocket hole. So so the way that I'm going to do that, this spring just isn't quite long enough. As you can see, I need something a little bit longer. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm actually going to just take a little piece of wire here, and I'm going to drill a hole in this, and then I'll just make it so that I can hook into that spring and through this stick with a piece of wire. So now I'll just get the drill, and I'll drill a hole and get this geared up, and then see if we can't drill a few holes and watch the counter go up. So there. So now I tried a couple of different spots here, but what I found is I had to get that angle just right here, and now I'll just use my piece of wire here, and I'll slide it into the hole. And if I can get it started here, slide it into the hole, then I'm going to hook my little spring onto this. Tight little spot to get at. I got these big stubby fingers too, it's not helping any at all. So now we'll hook that on there. Now I'm just going to squeeze that tight with my pliers here. So now what I got to do is I'm going to actually count when it's all the way out. So I got to pull that so it clicks. And then I'm just going to push my wire down, and then I guess I could just run it around, just similar to that, and just twist it over here on the end just to lock it. Probably can't see this very good, but something like that right there. So now, if I push down on my foot paddle, it should release it. I can drill my hole, and then when I come back, it's going to count it, which it is. Now I may have to just make an adjustment here on this thing. I'm not 100% sure. That should be okay. There, that looks better. So there. So now I'll just bring you over and show you just how that's working. So now you can see when I push down on my foot paddle, it's gonna, I'll be able to drill my hole, and then when I release, it's gonna come back, and then it's gonna count it. So every time I drill, it'll count. So there, it's going to be neat to see how many pocket holes this thing actually does drill. I wish I had one of these on it when I first built it, because I would guess that this thing over the past few years has drilled, you know, thousands and thousands. So this will be able to let me know how many pocket holes I am drilling. So hopefully you guys are having fun watching, and I thank you for watching this one, and we'll see you next time.